Morning, everyone. Just had to make a video. How do I start it? So there was a girl who was a member. Her family's a member at the synagogue my family belongs to, and she had been going through a rough time, and she committed suicide, unfortunately. And she was only 17 years old. So we all have kids, and so I don't need to get through to everyone. I just need to get through to you. You decide if that you is you. You need to do something that gives your kids confidence in what they're doing. Give them the support in what they need. Not saying that this one could have been avoided. The parents did everything that they could that was available to them. But everything seems like a really big deal when you're a kid. You remember that. You know, this kid isn't talking to me, that kid is being mean to me. The problems of the world, some of our kids feel all of that. They internalize everything, you know, like with what's going on in the States, with the politics, with the lefts, with the rights. They watch TV, it's always there, and they internalize that. So as much as we want to protect our kids, it's everywhere. So try to get your kids something that can be theirs, that they can excel at, that gives them the self-confidence that they can make it through. Whether it be a martial art, whether it be some creative outlet. Give them something, guys and ladies. We chose to have them. We chose to have these kids. We chose that we wanted to procreate, that we wanted to keep our species alive and growing, and how we influence them and how we talk to them, it shapes them. You're an adult. You've been through it. That's what separates us from the kids, is the experience of, oh yeah, I remember when that happened. I remember how I dealt with that. Oh, I wish I handled it this way. Well, here's your chance. Deal with it that way with your own kid. I get told sometimes that I'm too open and too honest and I give my kids too much information. And you know what? I'll see. But this is what I come to the table with. This is what I bring. This is part of who I am. When I would coach kids, anyone can teach them technique. Some technique better than others, but anyone can teach them technique. So my goal was always to handle the mental side of their training and give them skills that they could take with them in life. So my biggest thrill now is when I get a text message or an email saying, you know, from the 35-year-old that I coached when they were 15 to 19 or whatever it was, I get the email or whatever saying, you know, Jay, I had this at work and I remembered what you told me and I dealt with it. I was strong enough to push through it. It didn't get me down. I kept going. Guys, there is no give up. You can't give up. You cannot stop. So giving that to our kids, letting them know that life isn't a straight line, that there's going to be peaks and valleys, and they have to deal with that. But give them the strength in themselves to be able to deal with that. That's pretty much all I have to say for now. It's an emotional time in my house. Like, I didn't know this girl, even though she's part of the community there. I don't really talk to a lot of people. It's not my thing. As much as I love helping people, I don't really like the interactions all the time with everyone randomly. But anyways, so I didn't know her. My wife, very emotional. It affected my kids, but it also opened a pathway to speak to my kids about very important things. Now, I have a 9-year-old and a 12 and a half year old, and so what I said to them was different, but it was still open, it was still honest. And hopefully, if my daughters ever have that situation, they'll always be able to come to me. And I'll do my best. My experience is what I bring to the table. And that's it. And your experiences are what you bring to the table. So do your best. That's all we got, right?